What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass,
I'm Brandon.
the best tag team tandem out here in sports talk on YouTube. About to give you our Dumbass of the Year award winner. Just in case you guys don't know or new to Get With It Sports, we have a Dumbass of the Week, Dumbass of the Month, Dumbass of the Year. The Dumbass Awards goes to all the sports figures that's stuck on stupid, use idiotic stuff, and it goes to certain degrees. You get the dumbass of the week if you does something simple that shouldn't be doing.
Right.
Dumbass of the month when it just either you are a habitual offender again with the sports, and dumbass of the year is just where there's no hope for you.
You just literally even fucked up.
There you go. So that's how that goes. So last week, you know what, we try to let this award die down because it might be a little disrespectful, but the athletes and people in sports just bring us back to give them the award.
Pulling it out, right?
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. People, it is what gets me. I felt kind of bad giving out this award. But then I get tweets from people saying, I got a nominee. I got another nominee. So, hey, the public likes like the award, so we're going to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So, last week, I did a vid on the Dumbass of the Week. I think I had two. No, I had Dumbass of the Week and the Dumbass of the Month.
Mm-hmm.
Alden Smith was the Dumbass of the Month for what he did at the airport. Dumbass of the Week, I can't remember now. Dumbass of the Week was the pitcher. To your Yankees. Mike Pineda. He was the dumbass of the week for that. Number one, you'll get busted for having pine tar on your pitching hand against the Boston Red Sox.
Right.
You gonna come back 13 days later playing the same team, and you're going to have it on your neck so everybody can see. Come on, Larry.
Dude,
I know you're a Yankee fan.
I was like, they got cameras and stuff out? Because I seen it on the news. Like this on the mound. Like this.
So those were the winners last week. But now, after Friday, we got the Dumbass of the Year. We only have two Dumbass of the Year winners. About 2 years ago, I gave it to the wide receiver for Detroit Lions, Charles Rogers. When he said he's gonna stick a gun in his mama's mouth and pull the trigger if she don't pay back that money that he gave her. Now you know how we feel about mamas. We ain't G'ing for that. So he was automatically dumbass of the year winner right there. But now we got a new winner. As of Friday after the video came out, everybody's seen the video. If you haven't seen the video, where the hell have you been? But anyway, if you haven't seen the video or heard the audio, I'm going to put it down in the description as soon as we get done with this video. But anyway, the audio between the Los Angeles Clippers owner, Donald Sterling, and his girlfriend, V. Stiviano. And I'm going everywhere on this one to get your opinion on it. But after the audio went out, the public was in an uproar. It was almost going to be a boycott in NBA playoff games and all that. Right. Let's start with what we know. The video came out. The audio came out. Donald Sterling was saying that us black people are beneath him. He said that's the culture that he live in, that we are beneath him, and he was asking this. Well, he told his girlfriend. He wasn't asking his girlfriend. He told his girlfriend that she shouldn't have had Magic Johnson on her Instagram page.
Right.
Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. If you listened to the audio, and you said you listened to the audio, it sounded like we dealing with some straight grade school situations instead of grown-ass people. Donald Sterling got to be damn near 80-some years old. Right. And his girlfriend, V. Stiviano, got to be late 20s,
early 20s, 30s. Early 30s, right?
What the hell? If you heard them talking, it sounded like they was in romper room, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me know what you think about the audio. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on the audio. Like I said, I'm gonna be rambling on everywhere on this situation. Number one, she should be going to jail because that was a private conversation in a household and somebody made public. Now, from what I understand, I heard that she has 100 hours worth of audio conversation between them two because she allegedly says that Donald Sterling needs to be recorded to remember what he said. Now,
okay.
Did you believe that? Number one, I'm gonna tell you.
No, not to remember what he said. Maybe for her to remind him what he said to her.
Okay, yeah, exactly. All right. So
you did tell me I could buy that car. You got it right here. You know, you did say I could bring my mama over. Got it right here.
Right. Okay. So that's what she's going. I guess that's her escape clause if he takes her to court. And they got hundreds of hours of recording. I don't even want to listen to the recordings because he might have dropped an N-bomb in there somewhere, and that's really gonna tick black people off. But anyway, back to the story. She had Magic Johnson on Instagram picture. They went on a little rant. He talking about it's the culture. We beneath black people and all that. She's trying to say, well, okay. She gonna say, well, I'm mixed, right? And he says no. Come on, man. If you look at her, she ain't white. She ain't a blonde white girl. She's mixed with something. And the two things that he despises of is Hispanics and black people.
Right.
Now I'm gonna give you a quote of what he said. That he had a lawsuit back in 2006.
Right.
When the Department of Justice sued Sterling for housing discrimination against blacks, Hispanics, and families with children. He was quoted of allegedly saying that he does not like to rent to Hispanics because they smoke, drink, and just hang around the building, and that black tenants smell and attract vermin. Now you got two ethnic groups that you hate, and you dating a woman who is both black and mixed.
Hispanic.
Now if he is, believe me, he's senile. I'm just gonna put it out there. The man's senile because he don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's saying. He don't even know what he's looking at.
Now that's when I first heard that. I was like, ain't the chick that he with like Hispanic? So it was like, then I was like, no, that couldn't be. I mean, either she not, or he didn't say none of this stuff.
Right.
Was my very first thought.
Right. But he did say, well, she asked and he said no. He didn't know she was mixed. Okay. Now, let's talk about this woman, V. Stiviano. She's simple too. She's simple. If you just listen to her, yeah, she a model. Oh, I'm discriminating.
Hey, hold on. Man.
Hold on. I apologize. But this one here, She's simple. Number one, that's not even her real name. My wife told me that her name, she's actually down on record on license V. Stiviano. My wife said her real name is something like Maria Perez or something like that. I don't know. So she's trying to do the Prince move anyway. Get the one name saying and everything. So
okay,
that's that. Number two, like I said, she needed to go to jail. Somebody needed to go to jail for bringing out this information in public. Not saying I'm glad it got brought out. Everything got brought to the light. Everything's cool. But somebody got to have to go to jail for bringing out this private conversation. And I don't know who that's going to be. We're going to find out later. But moving forward, we got that. Now, I'm going to put it out there. NAACP. I lost all respect for the NAACP. Not for the organization as a whole, but the Los Angeles chapter, dude, It was all about the money. Like I told you before we got on camera, they was gonna give him, if not the second lifetime award, they was gonna give him a third, either the second or the third lifetime award for what he done in the black in the community.
In the community.
I ain't gonna say black community. In the
LA.
minority community. We're gonna put it like that. Number one, me and you both said a lifetime achievement award needs to go to a person one time because a lifetime. You don't give nobody 2 lifetime awards. That does not happen. Everybody, we only got one life here. If we don't have 2, we don't come back after we die. So I don't know why they're tripping on that. That's number one.
Right.
Number 2, they didn't do their due diligence in looking at the history of this knucklehead right here, of Donald Sterling. Like I told you, August 2006, the Department of Justice, not no Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street, the Department of Justice sued Sterling for housing discrimination against blacks, Hispanics, and families with children.
Right.
So I knew about that. So if I knew about that, the NAACP should have known about that, number one. Number 2, after they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2009, that's when Elgin Baylor came through and sued Sterling for employment discrimination on the basis of age and race. So you gave him an award, Elgin Baylor came out and sued him, and I think Elgin Baylor lost that suit. And he might have to go back to court and try this again after what just came out Friday. But anyway, and now, after you heard about Elgin Baylor, you're going to try to give this man another Lifetime Award winner May 15th.
Now, Elgin Baylor had said, he was like, well, all this that came out now, he said it's pretty much just garbage compared to what he's been telling people all along.
Right.
You know, so he's
exactly.
like, this ain't nothing. He's like, everything else I've been telling him is way worse, you know, than this right here. Why is this getting all the attention now?
Exactly. Right. Like, it's like, oh, y'all don't believe the ish I was telling you back then. Now you're going to believe this old dumb-witted female that got an audio tape. That's why I'm like, okay, the tape was good in a wider, broad sense that it exposed what
it was proof, right? It was just proof.
What people have been trying to say all these years,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And just like I believe, you know, it's a sad case because people were dealing with this because this man had all this money. I think he's worth like $1.9 billion. So people were just taking this ish because of the money. And the NAACP was like, they probably knew in the back of their mind, we should, you know, this man ain't about the minorities, but he's paying us money, so we need to do something, which is wrong, morally wrong. So somebody in the Los Angeles chapter of the NAACP need to lose their job or something. You know, number one. So back to the story. Then that was Friday. Everybody was in an uproar. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the teams, the NBA teams that's left in the playoffs, should have boycotted the games?
No.
Okay. I agree. I totally agree. They did. I think, okay, Los Angeles Clippers, I'm cool, you know, with people saying they should have done more.
I mean,
go ahead.
You know, what really, outside of what they did, I mean, they did something.
Right.
So that's letting the public and everybody know that, hey, we're not going along with this, you know. Actually, you know, this we want to do more, but we just want to let you know that, hey, we with you, we doing something.
Right.
To this point right now. But really, okay, let me just put it like this real quick. They couldn't boycott the games because it's 2 teams, first of all. Secondly, everybody paid this money, you know, fans or whatever.
Right.
For the most part. Third, when I buy a ticket to go see a game, when you buy a ticket to go see a game, the last thing on our mind is, okay, when I go see the Bulls, okay, I'm going to buy this ticket because I'm supporting Jerry Reinsdorf. You know, Oh, I'm going to see Derrick Rose or Joakim Noah. You know, I want to go
Right.
see athletes play. You know,
Right.
last thing I'm thinking about is who owned the team at that point. You know, so I think that's big right there. So
Right. Okay.
no, boycotting the games, that wouldn't have been an option.
Okay. I totally agree with you. Just for some fact, just what you just stated, you know, we're not buying tickets to support the owner. We're buying tickets to be entertained and watch the game.
Right.
So I didn't want the players to take it to that extent because you know what, they would have been, you know, they probably would have lost some money.
Oh, definitely, because
They would have lost big time money because number one, it was a playoff game and it was on national TV, and you disrupting a whole lot of things. A whole lot of diamonds was gonna fall if you would have interrupted national TV broadcast,
including voiding your contract.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. So you know, I know
Right.
It was a strong. They was violated strongly because of their ethnicity by their owner, but they did the right thing by showing their solidarity on the court when they threw off their jerseys and wore everything inside out. My thing was do something now to show your solidarity and let the commissioner finish doing what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? For something this big, he had to take time to step back, reevaluate, get some information, or if it was authentic, the tape was authentic, and then come back in a couple of days. So give kudos to the Clippers, give kudos to all the NBA teams for not boycotting, letting the commissioner do what he got to do. Kudos to the commissioner for straight dropping the hammer on Donald Sterling, giving them the two. Number one, the commissioner did as much as he could do monetarily by dropping $25 million.
I think that's the highest they could go.
That's the highest they You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this man's worth. He's been dropping money on lawsuits for damn near 30 years. So 2.5 was nothing to him.
Dropping a cup for him, right?
Right. But for the fact that you gave him a lifetime ban where you can't come to the game, come to the practices, can't come to the events, that's what I wanted to hear, and he did it. Kudos to him. And, you know, you got all these sports talk shows. I'm not gonna give any names, but you know the full of the network I was listening to was saying that, you know, what else he could have done. He had to do something like that to show his. No, he could have just been lackadaisical and said, you know, we're just going to give you an indefinite suspension instead of lifetime ban. And I understand, like I said, we know how we feel about rumors. I ain't gonna believe it till I see it.
Right.
I heard that Roger Mason Jr. I think he's a representative for the NBPA. I think that's the name of the union, the basketball union. That if it wasn't going to be a lifetime ban, that they was going to boycott all the games, all the playoff games. That's what the rumor is. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But we don't have to go to that point. The hammer was dropped. And let me sidetrack real quick. He had a girl. This would kind of confuse me. I seen his girlfriend sit next to him at the basketball game, right? The next day after everything was said and done, the next game that was Sunday, the wife, not the ex-wife, but the wife was sitting courtside at the game. This man was married and he was flaunting his girlfriend out in public, sitting next to him at the games, and the wife was cool with that.
Hey, I ain't saying she was cool with it.
But of course, he making the money, so she was like, I ain't letting this money go.
Exactly. You know, they do what he want to do. Because she probably was somewhere with her, 25-year-old dude somewhere. You know how they roll like that.
Right. You know, the billionaire lifestyles are totally different ball game from us meager, simple people.
Right. Meager blue collar, hey, right. I'm here, you better be sitting right here too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cool with the lifetime ban?
Oh yeah. That's definitely they had to come about. But at first I was thinking, okay, now the owners, I kind of looked at it like, okay, what the rest of the owners gonna do, because they had to vote on it, right? Okay. Well, the lifetime ban was already in place. They got to vote on him getting rid of the team.
Right. Right.
Okay.
They're trying to,
So,
but they need 3/4 of the vote in order for him to be expelled from the team.
now he even came out publicly,
Mm-hmm.
the commissioner, talking about, hey, I already got them votes. You know, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he basically said them. It's just a matter of going and having it. You know.
Okay.
But you got to figure, okay, the other leagues got to be watching this now.
Okay. Right.
NFL, MLB, or whatever. And so you're thinking, okay, now he did this, and they banned him forever from the games or whatever. Yeah, evidently it's something in the bylaws or the clause of the, the owners' contracts or whatever.
Right.
Okay, now the other owners got to be looking at one time or another, saying, okay, if they want me to get rid of, they not, the owner's not feeling me right now. What are they gonna do to ban me, as the owner of the Bobcats or the Bulls? What are they gonna do to get me up out of the league? If he did this, not saying this is taken lightly, but a lot of people they wanted it, but they didn't think it could happen,
Right.
And now, jumping around a little bit, he's the owner of a team. Okay. I'm pretty sure he don't have nothing to do with the players being picked. He probably ain't been in one lottery, because we know the Clippers was in the lottery for years.
Right.
Probably
Right.
ain't been in one lottery.
Right.
You just got that prestige of saying, I'm the owner of the team. You get to sit in the front row. You get to have your girl with you, your wife over here, your girl over there.
Right.
So he's a billionaire. So that's kind of like that's an ego thing almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they take the team away from him, it's not gonna hurt his pockets.
Right. Actually, it's gonna help his pockets, because he got. I mean, like you say, he's the owner of the team, but if he got to sell it, that's like, I think the team is worth $800 million.
Something like that, right? Yeah.
So it's not like really hurting. Like you said, it's an ego thing.
Right.
I own the NBA team. I own the MLB team. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that. But they was never gonna hurt him in his pockets.
No, they cannot hurt him in his pockets.
Right. So they went to the next thing, hurt his ego by taking his team away from him. And I agree. And I totally agree with that. You had to take it, because
somebody like that, of that stature, you're not gonna hurt them with money.
Right.
You gotta do something else. You gotta do something else with them.
But think about this. In the long run, even if he didn't let go of the team, people were having problems 10 years ago playing for the Clippers, because Sterling wasn't paying anybody any money. He wasn't paying the coaches. He didn't pay Mike Dunleavy. He didn't pay any of the players. He just sure didn't pay Elgin Baylor. I think he was paying them $200,000, and all these other GMs getting paid millions of dollars. So he was stingy with the money. And with this situation that came out, who name a free agent that was, I'm just gonna put it out there, that was dumb enough to go play for the Clippers? Nobody was.
That's the whole thing. That's what the NBA is saying.
Yeah.
Messing up our money now. Right.
Because players is not going to want to play for you. And I could see a player being drafted out of college going to NBA. He's saying, "No, I'm not going over there. Y'all, I'll sit out a year, but I'm not going to the Clippers to play." So it's going to be a whole can of worms going to be opened up off of this one. If he was still to be the owner, which he's still the owner now, but as of today, which is Thursday, a couple of hours, I'm sure they're going to vote him out of there. So it's a good thing for the NBA. It's a good thing for the NBA community that this is being done.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah. All right. So moving forward, number one, we already acknowledged that Donald Sterling won the Get With His Sports Dumbass of the Year award, correct?
Right. Oh, definitely.
Okay, number two, as of today, right, hands down. As of today, he will be let go of being the owner of the LA Clippers. Now, moving forward ahead, did you hear the people who want to invest in owning?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Now let me just throw this out there real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I don't. If I'm gonna own the team, I wouldn't want to be an owner where I can't make a decision. You know, some of these get people that's threw their hats in the box or whatever. They can only be a 3, 4, 5% ownership. You have no say in nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So you want to be a full blown owner?
Right. I want to be right. I want to have 51%.
Right.
Right. Not 2%. You know, not 1%. You know, not enough where I can give me a box, a sky box. You know.
Right.
Like that. I want more than that. You know.
I got you. Okay, now Oprah Winfrey is one. I'm cool with that.
Huh?
Number one, you got a black person, not just a black person, a black woman, and from what I understand, I can't, and there's two other investors. One is like a $6 billion entertainment mogul, own like a whole lot of stations and stuff like that. And the other one is the Oracle. I think Larry Ellison, the Oracle CEO. Okay. So it's like a whole 3 billionaires putting in for the Clippers, and from what I understand, Ellison, I can't remember the other guy's name. The two gentlemen would run the team while Oprah would be the investor. I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that one. Second, the next group would be Floyd Mayweather Jr. was one, and some investors. The second one was Oscar De La Hoya. Now the problem I got with that, something about mixing boxing, people in boxing in the NBA.
Let me tell you this, G.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you this real quick.
All right.
You got a committee of owners. Okay. They'd already let Jay-Z slide up in there. All right?
Right.
He backdoored him some kind of way.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, they don't have that kind of money.
Exactly.
Them would be the 1%, 2% owners.
Right. I totally agree.
Not getting there. The owner's not even going to allow them. They'll never see past that. No rappers, Rick Ross, all them.
Right.
They never going to have Rick Ross sitting in the front row with his shirt up because he's the owner. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be sitting down in the front row keeping it real. Okay.
I'm glad you brought that out. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
It's going to be somebody with prestige, like you say, Oprah, her investors, Magic Johnson and his little group, you know. It's going to be something like that, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, well, with another one that's up there with Jay-Z, maybe got a little bit more clout than Jay-Z. You got Sean Puffy Combs. Think Puff Daddy going to be able to, I can see him. But he a New York Knicks fan. I can't see New York Knicks fans going West Coast, even though his son plays, supposedly, I haven't seen him on the field yet, plays for UCLA. He'd be a good.
Yeah, I don't think he got that type. I don't think he got that kind of money, though. I don't think he got.
He's worth 300, 400 mil.
He ain't finna put it all on no team.
Right. I just got to tell you that the team worth 800 million.
800 million, right, man. I give y'all like 55, you know, something like that. I ain't dog. I ain't giving you no money.
Right.
That'll leave me with what, one?
No, I can't do this. I got my swag to take care of.
Exactly.
So okay, Magic Johnson. Now, go ahead.
I heard about his group, whatever. My thing with that is, are him and his group getting into too much?
Yeah.
You know, that would be my whole thing with that. I
don't know. It matters how big the group is. I heard the group is a bunch of billionaires.
Yeah.
So they already, they already dumping a whole lot of money into the LA Dodgers.
Right. Right.
So I guess they figure they might try to monopolize just the California sports world. You know, let's dump money in the Dodgers. Let's go own the Clippers. Let's go own a hockey team.
Could be.
Let's own. I guess they're gonna try to put another team in Oakland or something like that. Let's go or Los Angeles. Let's go own that. So I could see Magic Johnson's group doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Monopolizing the sports world in California. So, you know, it is what it is. I like the idea. As much as I hate the Lakers, I like to see Magic Johnson on the Clippers is smashed up in Jim Buss' face and everything.
Right. It's not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. You can't go wrong with it. You know? But,
exactly.
It's going to be interesting over the next year, you know, just to see what happened with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be very interesting who sees on the team, because you know what, I feel just me. If I got 51% ownership of the team, I'm gonna change. Do you want to keep the team name the Clippers, or do you want to change everything and just try to let go of the Sterling era?
I mean, I would probably keep them as the Clippers. I mean, he didn't name the team.
Right.
So
I don't know. I just think they might, like I said, I'm just throwing it out there. They might want to change the image of the team. But then, like I said, you got Billy Crystal, a fan. You got
I wouldn't.
Penny Marshall, a fan. You know,
right.
So they might
they've
keep
been lifetime fans. So you don't want to do it like that. You know.
Right. So okay. All right. Cool.
It's been there forever. You know, they've been there, been around forever too.
Man, have they? Yeah. So. All right, cool. Well, like I said, that's what we got. Oh, let me go ahead and expand. Since we're on basketball, just a couple more minutes. Mike D'Antoni resigned as Los Angeles Lakers coach. Now, okay, let me give you my 2 cents right now. I'm a Laker hater. Yes, I'm an official Laker hater. I ain't got I should throw my card up, but I ain't gonna throw my card up. I'm a Laker hater. So when they fired Mike Brown and were looking for a coach, and I heard Phil Jackson might come back, I said, oh, hell. There we go. They're going to come back and try to run things. When I found out it was Mike D'Antoni, I was like, cool. They going to do shit for the next couple of years with Mike D'Antoni. So it came to fruition. Mike D'Antoni, he wasn't doing nothing. You know, they went to the playoffs that first year and got swept by the Spurs. Last year, they didn't have Kobe Bryant. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not going to blame it all on Mike D'Antoni.
Right.
For what transpired with the Lakers. But he was not the fit.
He was not the right. And that's the only thing it is with that. He was a horrible choice for that particular team. Not questioning his coaching ability or nothing, but he was just a real bad choice for that particular team right there. They stopped playing defense.
Right.
They didn't really, for the type of team he used to coaching, they didn't really put them type of people on his team for him to coach. You know.
Totally agree. Right.
So he was dealt a bad hand anyway. He was in the no win situation.
You know? Right. It was just a matter of time, and I guess how this all triggered off is that he had 1 year left on his contract. He wanted them to take that 1 year option added on to that year he had left, and they was like, nah. So I guess my thing is he was just trying to figure out the feel of what's going on. He wanted to be out there bad while they still dropping down, while the Lakers
and right, they ain't gonna be nothing for another few years, right?
Exactly. So to me, this is not Mike D'Antoni's fault or what's going on with the Lakers. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Seriously, literally, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, who will be the next one to come in? I know
one thing for sure.
What's that?
We ain't got to worry about Phil no more.
Right.
Got to worry about no Phil Jackson rumors.
Right. Now, the next one that's coming in, he might just be another filler. Let me just put it out there like this. He might not be. He's going to be a temporary fit for the team. He's not going to be. He's not, because the team, number one, they don't have any money to give. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't have any money to give, and they don't have any picks. Jim Buss messed that all up. So it's like this 1 year where nothing could happen. Do you want? I don't want to be the coach run up in there this year and watch them drop down in the toilet like they did with D'Antoni last year. They was like 27-55, I think it was. Didn't make the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs next year with the group that they have now.
No, they 2 years. They can be 2 years dumping salaries and trying to move people and get draft picks and get young again.
Right, exactly. So if I was out there looking for a coaching job, the LA Lakers would not be the job I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see who's going to take that spot. I just heard, I was watching First Take, ESPN First Take. I heard they put in Kevin Ollie, the UConn coach, just won the national championship. His name has been put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Ollie, if you watch this show, stay right where you at. Ain't nothing wrong with being a college coach. You do not. If you want a professional NBA job, the Lakers is not the team to have right now. So Kevin Ollie, stay right where you at, dog. Don't go nowhere. So all right, brother. That's about it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just put it out there. Like I said, we officially, Get With It Sports is officially naming Donald Sterling the Dumbass of the Year award winner. Congrats.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go to a nicer person.
Nicer guy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how you had, this is how my mind works. Did you notice that the owner of the the owner of the Clippers last name is Sterling, and the NBA commissioner's last name is Silver? I'm just gonna put it out there. I just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I caught that. I couldn't put that in the blog somehow. I was trying to work Sterling Silver in the blog somehow, but it didn't work. So I just want to put it out there. I caught that. So, all right, people. This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out there in sports talk on YouTube. And as always, be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.